Hello, YouTubers. Hello, and welcome to my mystery school. This is Lily Kolosova. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me here. All right. Today is going to be a mystery school subject. So I am going to continue today with our human aura or atmosphere, as I talked about last time. So I just want to talk a little bit today more. So it's going to be continuation. Hey, Ramus. Hey. So today I'm going to be drinking an infused sparkling water. All right. So let's see how that works. I haven't had this one in a while. Back to sparkling water. If you can remember, Ramus, I used to do that a lot in 2018, 19, and 2020. A lot of sparkling water. All right, my kind of weakness. So, well, thank you so much, Ramus, for being here. So today I kind of want to continue the subject that we actually talked about earlier with you, and that's going to be all about our aura and our energy, our human energy. How does that apply to our sort of quantum leap that we as humanity going through? So this is basically what I want to be talking about today. So here's to all of you guys. Here's my virgin champagne. So it is sparkling water infused with a raspberry lemonade. So here we go. Aloha, Teresa. Thank you so much for being here. Aloha and cheers, Ramus, and cheers to the world. Let's figure out where we're going as human beings. Our future is so bright. So here's to bright future, you guys. Oh, it is good combination. Mm-mm-mm. Very nice. It is really hot in Cali right now, you guys. So today, my subject is kind of going to be derived from because as I talk about and I brought and all these card readings have actually been kind of very helpful for me, especially to read this like esoteric qualities of certain cards. It helps me to kind of find the words. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers. It helps me to find words through the spirit cards or spirit tarot cards to kind of confirm my own intuitive knowing or on the subject that I wanted to talk about because um, this is, of course, is for heyokas. And what I mean by heyokas, I'm using this word for a very specific reasons. Mainly, the reason for this is to be respectful to the Native Americans, but at the same time, these are the word that is Native Americans, which are Dene people, use, and it has a certain frequency that is in alignment with the land. And this is why I typically like to align myself with the land. And then, as humanity and the land, we're very connected. So, like I've mentioned before, I work very closely with the land and the earth. So, um, all these cards, in a way, and all this latest my lives that I've been kind of weaving together, it's all been about um, who Hayokas are, and many of those of us that use the Native American terminology, we know about the rainbow tribe. So I brought that up as well. So this is basically a rainbow tribe. This is because in this reality, as many of you have now learned that we create here in this reality through our emotional center, which is through our heart. It's this is how we create. And then we have the spiritual center, and then in the body, there's a body, right? And so this is why I talk about how the spirit of it all incarnates into this human body, and then what are the energies then that are available to the spirit that is mind of it all in this reality. So I talk about limitations. For many years, I've talked about our limitations in this reality as creator beings in human form, right? Because of all that DNA, most of our DNA that is inaccessible to us to operate on. As we all know, we only operate on two strand or two and a half, maybe in some points, right? In some cases. So anyway, and there also through the tarot cards, there's also been a story of telling this story about what is Vedico spirit. It's a cannibalistic spirit. That's the infection that infects our spiritual center or our mind. And that is actually, and it's aligned to our gut. And here is ancient knowledge about the pyramids. Pyramid represents our spiritual center, right? Um, and so this is why before I even go and talk about the spiritual center, I want to kind of close this about our physical body and talk about the aura a little bit more today, or our energy. So the energy, and like I mentioned today, so with our aura, it is and the duality. Okay, so there is an overlay over our DNA, which is the slicing and dicing of DNA that was done to human beings. But when the changing of the ages comes in, there is restructuring in DNA that happens on the collective level. And in some cases in the past, right, as we know it, many times there was like humanity was destroyed totally, right? Um, and so now what is happening is that through this transformation and transmutation via this element that's available to us, or the living energy that is in physical form, which is water, the Sophia element, right? Which is the living water. And then our bodies are actually more like 77 in some cases to 90% water. Okay. If you count all, so it's just like a little bit of dust and and mostly water. That's what we are. So in a physical body, but yet when we think about ourselves and we have that intellectual capacity to know the self in the spiritual form, do you we to be aware and to have conscious awareness that we um are to be aware of our limitations in this reality. That's a great intelligence, because already having, like it does says in the Bible somewhere, that if you can think of it, it does exist. So imagine if we are, and this is why I want to talk a little bit about the super consciousness, the mind of it all, and how we are connected in our body through that chi center, as many of those people that came, or the masters that came before us, talk about mastering that energy within the physical body. And so this is many of people who do any kind of arts in achieve that sort of um a way to cultivate that chi energy. So you have to align certain things, and your thinking has to work properly. So means your spiritual center um, has to be aligned, not maybe work properly, has to be aligned to that energy in order to cultivate your chi, or that access to that super consciousness. Okay. Or like I mentioned about the mother that moved the car last time, right, for her baby. So that's how it comes through. And this is what it talks in the Bible about the stairway to heaven, because that's your plasma, or that God source that acts in the body, and then it rises up all the way to the highest point of the pineal, right? And actually, on our chakra number 8 is on the back of our head right here. So before I